Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all of the interwebs. My name is DZ. We come to you 5:02 p.m. Monday through Friday. This is Around the Blockchain. We talk to some of your favorite guests, talking about your favorite topics. Today is no exception. We're going to get right into it. And it's a first-time guest for me, so I'm looking forward to that. We have Cryptofactor. In his you got to check out his channel. In his last video, he's answering the burning question, are we in a bear market? So you definitely need to check that out. Also, we have CryptoJebb. His last video, they tell you their local bottom prediction. So, you know, if you think we're going to have a bouncing area, this is that bottom is going to be bouncing, and we can't wait to see that. Also, we have Altcoin Daily. Man, really, I'm only about halfway done, but a really good interview with Benjamin Cowan. I highly recommend that. He's the one kind of really pushing the extended cycle. So him and his brother, you know, they double team him. It's a really good interview. You definitely want to check that out. And we have Ben. Remember yesterday we were talking about your Twitter followers, 741. Right before we went live, 742.9. So it's about right at 743. So we're pushing for 750. We're pushing for that $750,000 by the end of the year. Make sure you go in the description, check out all the links. You can check out their Twitter, check out everyone's YouTube. Make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're following. So definitely check that out. But we're going to have a great show today. We're talking about the Robinhood wallets are finally launching. That's right. It's about to go down. I think we're looking at about 2 weeks right now. Also, South Korea is targeting play-to-earn gaming. Now, South Korea definitely has a complicated history with gaming. We're going to get into that. And XRP Army, ADA gang, where y'all at? Okay, we knew we couldn't end this week of the final week of the year without talking about XRP, without talking about Cardano. So we encapsulated both of them into one topic. So can XRP and Cardano hold a top 10 status for 2022? If you're in the XRP Army, if you like Cardano, smash that like. Go ahead and smash it. I want to see that number skyrocket. And let me know in the comments, what do you like more? You like ADA? You like do you like XRP more? I will say this. XRP Army kind of shows off, their community a little bit more than Cardano. So just a little heads up there. But yeah, we're going to get right into it. But before we do all that, you know what time it is, chat. You know what time it is. It's time for that black and white plane to fly across the globe. What is going on with the markets? Let's find out. Looks like Bitcoin is down, but not as down as it was. It's down about less than 1%, so we're not looking too bad right there. Ethereum right at 3,700, not looking great. We have Binance, Solana, Cardano, the number 6 coin, down about 4% there. XRP, number 8 coin, also down about 4%. If we look at some of the top gainers, I know there's got to be some sort of pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. We have Rosebud. We have LivePeer, XDC. So some lesser known, alts up on the top, the 79, the 99, the 88. But we do have Algorand. We have Celsius pumping. So, looking good there. If we look at the top losers, not that bad. I was expecting some in the 10%. So we have Icon, VeChain down to 8 cents there. Man. Now, Altcoin Daily. Let's just talk about this VeChain for a second. Is that looking like a good accumulation point, or are you kind of waiting for like a nickel?
Me personally, I'm not buying, but I wasn't actually looking for these supply chain cryptos. I mean, that's a great question. Honestly, it wasn't on my radar. I think that VeChain has proven itself this cycle to be definitely the blue chip in supply chain management. And just one of the blue chips that proved that they can survive a bear market. So generally speaking, is this a great price to get in? Depends how long you're willing to hodl and what your risk profile is, but I'm a believer of VeChain long-term.
Yeah, it's looking good. I mean, I believe it hit, above a quarter this year. So, maybe if, I always see the vet, comments in the chat. So, maybe that's where you maybe want to jump in. So feeling good about that. But let's get right into our topics here. We're talking about Robinhood wallets finally launching. That's right. Are these Robinhood people actually going to have custody on their crypto? That's right. So they were saying it launches in a couple weeks. They've been running the alpha test net. It's been going well. They announced this first. I think it was this 22nd of September. So they announced it months ago. We didn't know when it was going to happen exactly. Especially in crypto, you say Q1, that might actually mean Q2, Q3, it might actually mean next year, Pulse Chain. So we never know, what's going to happen with all these coins. But, let's talk about first, when we think of Robinhood, I'm just going to be honest, we think noob. Ben, when we're talking to a new trader, you know, you have the people coming up to you all the time. They don't really know how much you know. They might think that they know everything when it comes to crypto. How do you handle talking to, let's just call them a guppy or a minnow, one of these Robinhood, you know, fresh faces in crypto? Is there anything, you know, how would you approach that? Would you just say, you know, learn a seed phrase, get your wallet, or do you kind of ease them into it?
I would say, you're an idiot. Leave crypto. We don't want you.
Okay. All right. That's what they feel, right?
Jump into the ocean. We hate you. And no, that's not what I'd say at all. Even though that's
somebody
like
clip
Twitter,
that. The media's going to take that one.
Yeah. Well, Twitter thinks that's the way you're supposed to talk to all people at all times. So
yeah, for real.
But you know, the reality of the situation is we've always been very encouraging to people who come to crypto, however they come to crypto. You know, if they came in through Robinhood, if they came in through meme stocks, if they came in through Dogecoin or meme coins or Shiba Inu, whatever it is, we welcome those people into crypto. And what we try to do is always take those people from their initial step that, you know, may have been like a little bit of a muddy step getting into crypto, not realizing how they were going to arrive where they arrived, and take them and, you know, nourish them and bring them up to the level of crypto we want people to be on, which is a level of understanding. That's why here at BitBoy Crypto, we always try to, you know, our mission statement is to empower people to find financial freedom through crypto assets. We don't care how you came. We don't care if you invested in BitConnect and that was your first experience, or some other Ponzi scheme and you found out how to do it the wrong way and then you ended up in the right place. That we always want to bring people from their level of understanding to a deeper level of understanding in crypto. So, you know, the thing that I always talk to people about when I realize that they came in from Robinhood, it's number one, to teach them about custody, teach them about understanding there are deeper levels of crypto than just, you know, investing in it kind of like a stock, which is the way you invest in it on Robinhood. And then, of course, you know, with people that come in through meme coins, you know, we try to teach them some of the same things. Like, that's not what you really want to be coming into crypto for, but there's a lot, you know, a lot deeper levels of understanding we try to teach those people. So number one is to teach them about custody. Number two is to teach them that meme coins, they don't actually have value long-term where they fit into the crypto ecosystem. They may be the precursors of many community coins to come down the road that do a lot of stuff. I know Shiba Inu's talking, you know, they've got this DEX and different stuff they're working on. Maybe it will change, but right now, the only value of meme coins is that they go up in value. And when Elon Musk tweets about them, they go up. That's not real value. So we try to teach them how other coins like VeChain, for instance, like what gives VeChain value? Well, it's got a lot of structure behind it. It's not just we're investing in something that's 3 or 4 letters.
Yeah, you bring up great points there. We don't care where you come from. And like you said, whether it's a Shiba Inu or you're coming from Robinhood, I guess as long as you're not an assassin from Silk Road, we don't really care where you came from as long as you're coming into crypto with the right intentions there. But, you know, let's kind of talk about that. So it is going to be an influx, you know, of new wallets, new people taking custody. I was looking, it was 1.6 million people have actually signed up for the waitlist on these wallets. Now, Jebb, do you think that there's going to be a buying frenzy when this goes live? Maybe people keeping some capital on the sidelines, keeping it in cash, ready to deploy, waiting basically to get the custody of these coins that they've been waiting for?
No, I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is because anybody who cared about custody wasn't buying on Robinhood in the first place. You know, I actually mentioned this about 2 months ago on the show. Robinhood had the opportunity to have not necessarily exactly first mover advantage, but very close to first mover advantage in a area of custody-driven cryptocurrency ownership that is geared towards newer investors. Coinbase has really come in and taken that over, and they've really become the go-to for the noob in cryptocurrency because everybody starts somewhere, right? A lot of the people that start on Robinhood end up leaving Robinhood once they understand a little bit about crypto and they understand the things that Ben was just talking about custody. By the way, everything he just said is phenomenal, and I love it. You guys should like replay that. That was amazing. The issue that Robinhood is going to run into is that they had a strategic advantage that they weren't so scared as many of these other companies to jump into cryptocurrency and be an innovation-driven company, but they didn't actually go all the way in. They didn't move with custody first. They moved in a way that worked with their current business model. And I'm not necessarily blaming Robinhood for that. I'm sure there's infrastructural reasons why that took place. But to be honest with you, Robinhood has built a brand for itself that doesn't really line up a whole lot with cryptocurrency. We've seen a lot of very big issues coming out around centralization on Robinhood earlier in the year. And we've also seen, as I said, exodus of people leaving Robinhood, going towards other cryptocurrency exchanges. So I don't think we're going to see a bunch of people just sitting there waiting, clamoring for this new feature. This is almost one of those things that they really should have launched with. And the fact that it's coming out now isn't something to be celebrated. It's something that we should expect.
Yeah, that's a good point. We should be expecting it. But you kind of bring up the point, people are going to be jumping ship. Reminds me of Coinbase, right? So with Coinbase, maybe a lot of people start with Coinbase, and then they see like, oh, that's when they'll get a MetaMask. That's when they'll get a KuCoin account or a Binance account. Yep. So we used to see a Coinbase effect where there were so few coins on Coinbase, they add their 12th coin. It is just essentially going to go up double digits. We saw it time after time after time after time. After a point, they had dozens of coins that you could buy, and the effect was diminished. Well, right now, Robinhood barely has any coins. So Cryptofactor, are we going to see new Coinbase effects is what, I like to call them, where basically Robinhood, they only have a handful of coins. That second they add that 7th or 8th coin or whatever the number is going to be, are we going to see huge spikes for, the early future?
So that's a great question. I think we mentioned before that people on Robinhood are generally new people, right? So there are also people that are not looking into going onto a MetaMask, going onto advanced things in cryptocurrency. So what I do think is going to happen is there is going to be a small spike from these new people wanting to get into coins that they could not get into or don't want to take the time to find out how they can get into in general. Now, will it be as big as Coinbase? I don't think so. But one thing that Robinhood is going to bring, and I think we're going to see this, is simplicity in usability. In other words, I think it's going to let people learn about custodial wallets, learn how to use these, and I do think it's going to bring a lot to the table, if you will. So will we see that massive Coinbase spike? No, not at all. Will we see growth over time and people getting more into crypto, like a bridge into crypto? Yes, and I think we should be happy that Robinhood is taking this route. That it also provides sort of proof of concept for custodial wallets, if you will. So I see this very, very positive in general.
All right, great. Well, we're going to jump into the lightning round, and it is related to Robinhood. You brought it up. A lot of people are going to take custody. Well, let's ask, what percentage of people are going to take their coins off on Robinhood and put onto their new wallet? 10%, 50%, 90%? Factor, I'll start with you. What percentage of people are actually going to remove their crypto now that they actually own it and then put it on their own wallets?
10, 20%.
10, 20. So 1 out of 10, 1 out of 5. Jebb, what would you say?
Maybe.
I would agree with that. 20% is the upper limit.
Okay. Altcoin Daily, where do you see this landing?
I would be happy if we got an initial push of 10% that did it immediately. Yeah. I feel that would be the initial win. And what I want to see, because they did clarify that everybody's getting their own wallet, I guess that would be the user's choice anyway, but I want to see that spike of Ethereum wallets or Bitcoin wallets or whatever they have, because that will be the true test if they say it, and then if we see some sort of spike on chain.
It's going to be Doge wallets. Ben, what percentage of people are going to take custody of the Robinhood coins?
Well, I've actually done a lot of number crunching to come up with this number. I got exactly 6.9%.
I knew you were going to say that. I called that in my head. I knew it. I'm not even kidding. I knew he was going to say that. Because I came to the same number.
Yeah, sounds bullish to me.
Thanks.
I know what you're talking about.
Hey, now, well, you know what? On that note, we're going to head to South Korea here. South Korea targeting play-to-earn gaming. There you see probably a bunch of Axie players in a guild right now. So they have, I said at the top of the show, they do have a complicated history. Just a little moment of seriousness here. They have people dying inside gaming centers, gaming cafes. They take gaming so seriously in South Korea, they will literally stay in a gaming cafe until they fall over. It's happened time and time again. So South Korea loves their gaming. This is not something, they just kind of, oh yeah, kids play it. No, this is a huge part of their economy, a huge part of their culture. And it's something we've seen for years and years. So again, I'm trying to keep it serious here, but it's called the Games Committee. I don't know why it sounds like it's something from the Hunger Games, but the Games Committee has strengthened its stance against the play-to-earn gaming. They're saying it can't receive an age rating, and the equivalent would be, we won't give your movie even a rated R. And so essentially that is a death blow for a movie. If if you can't, like, you can't go into the theater with an NC-17 or an X rating. It's just not going to work. So they're removing the age rating. Therefore, you know, it's not going to be in stores. It's not going to be in Apple Play Store. It's not going to be in, you know, the Google Play Store. So it is effectively nerfing the whole industry here. Some are saying it's, you know, being regulated so heavily because the market's so frothy right now. You know, everyone's worried about, oh, everyone's going to buy the top. Everyone's going to lose their money. We're looking out for our people. The markets are too frothy right now. Everything's about to blow up. Now, Altcoin Daily, if we were in a bear market, you know, say this was a year ago, 2 years ago, you know, it's not in the news everywhere. We wouldn't see the headlines everywhere. You know, if anything, we're maybe looking at more gains than, you know, downturn here. If this happened during the bear run, would this even be an issue?
It's a good question, DZ. I mean, it would be a small issue, I guess, in the minute short term, but over the long term, I mean, what have we seen with everything else? People can go to other countries, not individual citizens, I guess, but just the technology and then the innovation in general. Because one thing that I believe for certain is, you know, the cat's out of the bag with this self-sovereignty, digital ownership. I think we all believe that. And are we surprised that a major or a prominent nation state is trying to dispromote or ban something that promotes digital ownership for the individual? I'm not. Let me share two things on this topic, though, to finish off. Number one, if this wasn't important, meaning if play-to-earn gaming wasn't significant, if it wasn't big, then they wouldn't be talking about it. The reason they're addressing this is obviously because this is seeping into the culture super fast and super fast. Can I use fast twice?
Yeah.
Anyway,
very quickly.
And the second thing I want to say is like many countries around the world, they're having trouble wrapping their head around Bitcoin, right? And that's the most boring cryptocurrency out there. And that's a compliment, by the way, if you want hard money, Bitcoin. But if they can't wrap their head around Bitcoin, then this play to earn trend or NFTs, which just seeped into the culture 12 months ago, you know, they're not gonna, it takes, you know, steps for these people to ingratiate it into their own minds and then set laws to set that up. So the only reason they're making these rules, I guess my point is because things are moving so fast and they have to have an answer. People are calling on them to say, what do you think about this? And the gut reaction is, oh, it's probably dangerous. Let's ban it for a while, or we'll not set up the terms. So they're only doing that because this industry is moving so fast.
Yeah. So the market heats up. So then regulation is going to heat up. Now, Jebb, I'm going to bring it to you. This is ageist of me. You know, I'm just going to full disclosure. I'm not xenophobic, but I'm being ageist here. Now, you know, they are removing the age rating from these games. I remember when that was kind of a thing, you know, a Duke Nukem, I think, was, you know, one of the hot things, or early Doom games. Like, should a kid be able to buy, you know, Grand Theft Auto 3 or not? So should play to earn, you know, let's assume it's happy farms and sheep and cows and nothing. You're not punching hookers or anything. Should that type of game have an age rating? And if so, what should the rating be?
Well, I mean, you know, I don't really talk too much about left or right politics, but I will talk about how I'm very for small government and government, you know, staying out of our business. I don't think they're really, you know, I think that the government doesn't have a place in setting age ratings. I think the place for age ratings would be a third-party private organization that would want to do that, such as how you have like JD Power doing reviews on automotive, on vehicles and stuff. The government isn't doing that. They're obviously going to be biased because there's politicians involved in everything. I think personally that there shouldn't be any age ratings in the first place, but I also want to make a point about why they're doing this, because Altcoin kind of touched on this, but I want to double down on it. South Korea is a very culturally conservative nation. And what I mean by that is that they're very protective of their culture. They literally have a ministry called the Ministry of Culture, blank and blank. They have an entire ministry around preserving their culture, and that's, you know, cool. So good for them. But the thing you also have to realize is that they are a society that has gone very, very, very heavily towards gaming. It's a very small nation. It is a nation that is very, it's easy to get very focused on certain things, and a lot of nations are like that. That's not a cultural statement against South Korea. That's actually a compliment. It's one of the reasons why they're so successful. But also, I mean, just think about games like League of Legends and Dota and World of Warcraft and some of these other games. They're literally making up sometimes percentages of the entire economy over there. So the fact that they're banning this, like Altcoin said, I think is a knee-jerk reaction. But I also think that since blockchain gaming is going to be such a big thing, especially moving into next year, it is going to be a huge thing in South Korea, whether whether it's regulated or not, and they're not going to be able to stop they're not going to be able to stop this industry from growing up in a nation that loves gaming so much.
Yeah, I can see there are citizens fighting for it for sure. Now, Cryptofactor, what should Google and Apple do? Should they capitulate? Should they, fight it with the court system? Should they just list it anyway? What would you do if you're in their court?
I don't think they need to do anything. The reason that they're banning or trying to do this age rating on these games so they don't people don't download them, it's not necessarily blockchain that's the problem. It's that people can win money off these games or gain money or gain profit, and anything over a few dollars, getting a few dollars in South Korea in gaming is a red flag. So if these games remove that aspect of it, or reward or find a loophole to reward the users, play to earn users in another way. I don't know if it's going to be an NFT, don't know if it's going to be a prize or something else. It should fly. There's always a loophole. I think Google and Apple will wait to see what will happen before they even act. I'm not sure if they're going to fight or not. I don't know. I can't think for them. But I think this is going to blow over. They're going to find a loophole for it.
All right, and chat, smash that like button. Let's skyrocket past. We're only like 30 away from 1,000. So boom, I need you to hit that. Last question on this topic, Ben. Say South Korea, they're bringing out this regulatory arm on play to earn gaming. Is there going to be a domino effect from this?
I think it's a good question, because I do think this will continue to become a bigger and bigger topic in the world. And I think when you look forward and you think about all of the things that, are coming in the future, you don't always think about how regulation affects it. I think back in 2017, a lot of the things like stable coins, for instance, back in 2017, stable coins getting regulated was not even a thing that we thought about. We didn't know there was some sketchy stuff with Tether, but now it's all the rage and it's all everybody talks about. And we didn't think this was going to become the big focus. And so when we look forward, I've said for 2 or 3 years now that I believe in the next 50 years, gaming will become over 50% of the world economy. And I know that sounds insane, but what else are people going to do? Like, what else are robots and AI are going to take everything over? Even though let Nick Diamandi know what you guys think about this, by the way, our head of content development. He believes we will not get autonomous cars in the next 20 years.
Yeah.
I think that's asinine.
Very heated debate in the office.
Very heated debate. I think it's coming much sooner rather than later. But he thinks it is not going to come, because, people are all going to like to drive. I think that's not really the case, even though people do like to drive. So the point here is that as we move closer in the future towards this place where AI takes over everything and we move towards a gaming economy, then, it makes sense. We're going to see a lot more regulation coming down. And right now, video game regulation sounds silly. Like, it sounds dumb. Like, who in the world, why would they care about regulating video games? But as it becomes a bigger part of the economy, I think it is going to be pivotal. Also, breaking news, by the way. Ghislaine Maxwell found guilty, 5 of 6 charges of luring young girls.
Oh yeah, the giant trial of the millennium that no one talks about. No
one's allowed to talk about it.
We wish her well.
Sorry, didn't mean to bring it up.
Yeah.
Do we?
Just kidding. Good. No.
All right. You're a big Hollywood guy, but my gosh, I think you just charged.
Whoa, now.
I'm glad she was found guilty.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. So you weren't at Brian Singer's house. Okay. Well, let's get to this last topic. I do want to say, chat, you're killing me. Someone said Leisure Suit Larry on the blockchain. Now that would deserve an age rating. That definitely needs an age rating. I'm anti-regulation, but let's regulate that one for sure. All right, let's go. And I'm loving seeing the XRP and the ADA gang fighting in the chat here. I mean, I don't know. It's a little close to tell, but it looks like XRP is maybe winning there. XRP and ADA, can they hold the top 10 status? There's a big annual report from Arcane Research. You may have heard of them. They predicting that XRP and Cardano are going to fall out of the top 10 by the end of 2022. Of course, who's number 3 at the start of the year? It was XRP. Where was Cardano, until October, I think? It was number 3. Right now, I think they're number 8. Cardano's number 6. XRP is number 8. They're behind Tether. They're behind Sol. They're behind BNB. So there's a few things ahead of them. Now, let's talk about Cardano first here. Now, I'm going to bring it to you, Factor. I see you nodding. I see you're ready to talk about Charles Hoskinson's Falcon here. BJ's head's about to fall off his head. He's nodding so hard. What kind of market reaction are we going to see if these promised dApps do finally start launching? Whether it's gaming, whether it's DeFi, whether it's like a real kick butt NFT marketplace. I mean, are we going to see this parabolic Cardano run, similar to, when it was less than a quarter and shot above it? Is that kind of what we can expect here? What do you expect?
I think Cardano is gonna, of course, it's gonna go up. Of course, it's gonna shoot up. But I think Cardano it's gonna take a time. See, Cardano. People behind Cardano are academics. They like taking this sweet time or anything. There's a lot of reading and studying going on, and they want to make sure everything works. They're not a project to hype up things. Cardano might very well fall out of the top 10. I think it'll get back in there as they start releasing everything. But it's a long-term play. It's a little bit before its time, but driven up before its time with hype. But it's gonna go up in the future, if that makes sense. So yeah, we will see a reaction. I wouldn't be surprised if it loses the top 10 and gets back into it. I wouldn't be surprised if XRP and Cardano are fighting for the 9th or 10th place or something like that for a while. It sounds very movie-like. And yeah, that's basically my views on it.
Okay, well, CryptoJebb, I'm gonna ask you this. You're the TA guy. They have some stiff competition ahead of them. They have to pass Solana. They have to pass BNB. BNB has some burns, and Solana's, still growing, but, maybe it's time for it to cool down. Who knows? What do you see as the harder coin to beat? Is it going to be BNB? Is it going to be Solana?
Well, I think it's going to be BNB because, well, the funny thing is about Binance and Solana both is that neither one of them are exactly the most decentralized projects, which if you take away if you take away decentralization from a cryptocurrency, then there's no point in having a cryptocurrency because centralized networks are almost always going to be faster than cryptocurrencies because centralized networks don't have to go through all of the consensus. If you don't have centralization at your core, then I don't really see the point of having a cryptocurrency just from an idealistic standpoint. Now, what I do want to say about XRP is that I agree with Ben. He's talked about this many times. I think the price is being suppressed by the SEC lawsuit. And when that lets up, I think it will do very well because Ripple is building a very great product and XRP is integral to it. But as far as Cardano is concerned, the reason that I have about 5 to 10% of my portfolio on ADA, even though it has been losing market dominance in relation to Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything else, is because of one thing. Charles Hoskinson doesn't care about price. Almost every single entrepreneur, almost every single person on this panel, as far as I know, is or has been a business owner. And every entrepreneur on the planet realizes that if you chase money, you're not going to get it. You have to chase delivering value to a customer base, and then market capitalization will come. Then value will come. Then money will come. If you deliver value, you will make money for it. That is a tried and true formula of capitalism. Charles Hoskinson is one of the few leaders in this space that understands that if you build a product that delivers value and helps people, then the price will come. I'm not concerned about ADA's price because Charles Hoskinson is not concerned about ADA's price. To Cryptofactor's point, Charles Hoskinson and the team, IOHK, behind ADA are a bunch of scientists and scholars, and they like to take their sweet time. You know how long it takes scientists to deliver things? Scientists have been working on nuclear fusion electrical generation for 70 years, and it's not here. This stuff takes time. ADA is a project that is going to help millions and millions of people, and when you do that, it is an inevitable fact of capitalism that market capitalization is going to come. So I think both of them are going to do very well. Will they stay in the top 10? I don't know, but I think they are great investments for the long run.
Yeah, scientists, get it together. I remember Back to the Future too. Where's my flying car? And still, Jaws hasn't ate me from jumping out of the, electronic sign. I was just in Times Square. Where was the Jaws popping out? But yeah, great stuff there, Jebb. We might have to get a clip out of that one now. But they did have some predictions.
That's what I was going for.
Arcane Research. They had some predictions as well. It wasn't just talking about XRP or Cardano. They said meme coins, which of course one of the big stories of 2021. They're saying, quote, will fade into obscurity into the coming year. Now, Altcoin Daily, just by watching some of your stuff, I see the comments. There's no shortage of Doge or Shiba comments. Do you see that happening? Can these meme coins fade into obscurity into the coming year, or are they just going to get bigger?
They Can do both. I would say that, I mean, the thing that the meme coins have, as we all know, is community. So as long as they can maintain that level of community, whatever that means, whether it's in how many times can I use the same word, community, you know, engaging or providing value or having them build themselves up together, they can 100% still stay relevant. Now, Doge is the OG, the original meme coin, sort of like a Bitcoin of meme coins, and SHIB is the hotness this cycle. The audience may not know this. I own 0 SHIB. I'll say it, but we love to cover it, and we love when the community, presents us with new updates so we can share with our audience. But who knows where SHIB will be in, 2 cycles from now? Can they stay in the top 10? I guess based on my actions on what my wallet is doing, I would say no, because I'm not invested in them. But I would love to see it. I mean, meme coins are a part of the community. If it's not SHIB, it'll be some other meme coin down the road, and time will tell how that all works out.
Yeah, God, I hate to say it. By Felicia, the chat said, hate to say it, but meme coins are the gateway to crypto. I mean, there is some truth in that. So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. If it's huge, there's just more people coming in, but also maybe more people getting burnt. So who knows? Now, we're going to end it with, of course, an XRP question to Mr. Ben Armstrong himself. Of course, the people got to get your take on some sort of XRP thing. Don't worry, no predictions here. But Ripple Labs, do they want XRP to be a coin for the people, or they want it to be a coin for the institutions, or are they kind of trying to play both sides here? What do you think Ripple Labs, ultimate goal is with this coin?
Well, yeah, there's no doubt that this is a coin for banks. I mean, this is not a coin that's meant to free individuals. The whole thing is that XRP is a vehicle that the average person can use to get filthy rich. Like, that is a vehicle you can use, but it is ultimately not meant for you. It is meant for the banks and cross-border transactions. And, in a sense, I mean, you could make an argument that making cross-border transactions can have a trickle-down effect that can make it easier to send money back and forth, on a person-to-person basis. But that's not really what this is for, right? Like, if you're for XRP and you're for making money in XRP, like, you're not saying this is the champion coin of the people. You're saying, I'm going to get rich on this. I want to give you guys some stats. I want to really come out firing for Cardano and XRP here. The first time that XRP debuted on CoinMarketCap would have been in, I believe it was April of 2013. It has never been less than number 7. It has never been less than number 7 since the moment it debuted. Ethereum, since it debuted in 2015, has never been lower than number 2. Okay. So, or excuse me, number 3. Number 3. It was number 2 at one point. XRP used to, at some point, was above it. Cardano, since it debuted in 2017, the end of 2017, it has never been lower than number 14. So if you were to look at precedent, you were to look at history, Cardano does have a precedent of having a cycle of going up to the top 5, coming back down to the top 15, never falling out of that. XRP, the only time it's ever been lower than number 3 or number 4 has been since this XRP lawsuit. So if you think that when this XRP lawsuit ends, if you are of the, if you're in agreement with us that this is, with most people, that this will be a settlement, to think it's going to fall out of the 10 is asinine. It's not going to do it. You're also not taking into consideration that old Brad G over there at XRP and Ripple Labs, he won't allow it to fall that low. Some of you think this is a popular vote, and it's not. Like, there is money that goes into this to moving price and keeping prices the same. So, and just think about this. Even in the bear market, when Ripple admitted that they were selling off coins to stay profitable, it still never fell out of the top 3 until the XRP lawsuit. So when you look at that, when you look at the history of these two coins, everybody's about the right now. Everybody's got recency bias. You forget that for over 4 years now, Cardano not fallen below number 14. XRP, 9 years almost, has not fallen below number 7. We pick winners on this channel. We stick with winners on this channel. And XRP and Cardano are going to be 2 of the biggest winners there are. They always have been. They've been winners since inception. So why would you think that is going to change in the near future? You look at Cardano and people say, oh, there's nothing. It's vaporware. It's this, it's that. How much further along really our Solana, our Polkadot, our Tezos, our Cosmos. How far ahead of Cardano are they really? In the grand scheme of things, they're not. There's only one project that's miles ahead of everything else in the smart contract race, and that is Ethereum. And you see a lot of the problems that have came, as a result of its success.
All right, just one quick follow-up for you, Ben, real quick. Obviously, XRP lawsuit win will be, huge for the price. Obviously, a loss, will tank the price. But with a settlement, there might be intricacies involved with legalese, and it might be just a little difficult for the average investor to grasp. Will a settlement be seen as a win, price-wise, or will it just be kind of too complicated for people?
It will be an absolute win. It doesn't matter what the settlement is. The reason being is Ripple is on trial for doing a security sale. So basically for XRP to be judged and pegged to be a security, it has to totally lose the case. So any settlement, it doesn't matter what the jargon is, and it doesn't matter what the intricacies are. It will not be a security, and that is the win. That is the reason why this case is going on, is to determine that. And so if they cannot prove it is a security, that means it's not a security, period.
All right, really, really good breakdown for people who are kind of wondering at home, like don't really know what it means, but breakdown. And with that, you skyrocketed past CryptoJebb. I really thought Jebb was going to win, but I should have known better than to end with Ben on an XRP question. Of course, he's going to, go on a tear there. So, Ben, you won your own show. We're almost done with the year here. Go ahead and leave us with some parting thoughts.
Well, I just like to say this is my last round blockchain of the year. I will not be on tomorrow. I'm taking my family. We're going down to the Orange Bowl to watch the Georgia Bulldogs take on those Michigan Wolverines. But I would say this show has been such a blessing, being able to bring on all the different guests we brought in over this year. And we're so thankful for this show and all the guests that come on. And next year is going to be even better.
All right, great. Couldn't have said it better myself. And that is all we got time for. Jump off the couch, Aaron. You got to film the outro. That is all we got time for today, BitSquad. Until next time, DZ out.